basketball player, too. Kid's a nice athlete. Line drive kick taken by Hines. It's fumbled. And Athens falls on it. I believe they do recover it inside the 30-yard line, so they catch a break. Powell on the recovery. So White will lead these troops on the field and hope that he can answer the Buckeye drive. You know, I never cease to be amazed by Ben Roby. And you know, it's got to be tough. We read, how many articles do we read about Ben? And he tries to deflect so much of the praise from himself to his teammates, you know, because that could really create a problem on a football team when one player gets that much press. But there seems to be no animosity or any jealousy because he's just, I hate to build him up, but he's just such a nice kid that it's hard to, you know, say anything bad or feel bad about him. Because when he says he appreciates his teammates, he believes it. White back to pass. Looks downfield, pumps. He has a man open. Roby is there for the pick. And we have a flag on the play. They're going to call interference on the Buckeyes, I believe.
Pass was intended for James Hines.
We'll see what they say. I didn't see it, but when it's that far downfield. Did you see it?
I did not.
Pass interference against the Buckeyes will be 15-yard penalty marched off to the line of scrimmage.
The Buckeyes with a little tough start here. I thought Roby had a pick, and Hines got back the ball quicker than I thought he would.
Hines with a lot of speed. I'm like you. I thought Roby had it all the way, and Hines with that speed caught up with the football.
Defensive backfield for the Buckeyes. You see Sean Wolf back there, Eric Glass, Flint Smathers,
First and 10.
John Arnold. Right now we have Ben Roby out. Glass backs away from the field, split backs for Athens. Man in the slot, back to pass is White. Looks downfield, has a man open, and it is caught. Nice catch by Ace Eslocker, and that shows the hands that we knew Ace Eslocker had. And it wasn't bad defense on part of the Buckeyes. That man in the vicinity, White just put the ball right where no one could get it but his receiver. Well, they say throw it low and outside, and he threw that one high enough that only Eslocker could get to it. I'm impressed early on with the Athens offense. They look pretty good, Jim.
Nathan White can throw the ball. He's shown that for several years now here at Athens. Big kid. Good basketball player also.
Back to pass again, under heavy rush. He's hit as he throws. Ball is short, and it is picked by John Arnold. A nice interception by John Arnold. And White is down. He's getting up, but he was hit right when he threw the ball, and that caused it to be underthrown. It was intended, I believe, for number 8, Gonzalez.
That was Matt Cata-Henrick on the rush for the Buckeyes that hit White, and that really caused that interception. Good coverage by Arnold, but Nathan White could not really follow through on that pass with Cata-Henrick hitting.
Official timeout on the field with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter. Buckeyes with the football at the 15-yard line, first and 10. Burwanger at center. Roby backs in the eye. Deep back is Glass. Double wide outs to the right. Hand off to Glass. Glass hits the whole running room. Eric Glass up the middle. And he'll get it out close to the 25-yard line. Give him 9, Jim. Make it 2nd and 1. Nice blocking that time. Andrew Dolly threw a nice block along with Burwanger and Wilson to spring him. Andrew, a junior, 6 foot 200 pounds.
Buckeyes with a 2nd and 1, and they may elect to throw the ball here on play action.
Zach Odenthal also with a nice block. Nice call. And Roby avoids a sack. He'll go up the gut. He'll get up the first down. He'll gain about 5, and that just scares me to death, especially after he's had one concussion.
Number 16.
Athens is putting a good rush on him. You know what?
Got a couple cars with their lights on. White Ford Escort.
That was a nice call on your part, but I think that was also a nice call on the Athens defense because they see
S10. ATW 5538.
We saw the receiver was recovered, and plus with the Bulldog rush, decided to run it, and he gets the first down.
Roby keeps the ball. Roby, oh, just gets tripped up by Eslocker. He'll pick up about, looks like about 17 yards, Jim.
17 yards. He's got 88 yards rushing here in the first period.
Ball's on the 47-yard line.
And he threw a shoe.
1st and 10 for the Buckeyes.
I still remember the Iowa game when Ohio State was just getting thumped. Keith Byers played. Remember when Byers threw a shoe and ran it for 65 yards, touchdown in first half, and he said, "We're coming back."
And they did.
And they did. Official timeout on the field. Roby puts his shoe on. And the clock is running. 5:05 remaining first quarter. Buckeyes up by 1. Got the ball to 47-yard line. And we have a timeout called by Nelsonville, York.
For the game that our Basil Rudder, age 75, passed away on Tuesday unexpectedly. And, of course, he was the one that donated the funds to build this stadium. Donated a contribution of $40,000 back in 1970 when this was built. And the funeral services will be conducted this Saturday at 11 a.m. at Jaggers & Sons Funeral Home here in Athens. Again, as they said over the PA, Fred Gibson on the PA, that Basil Rudder really give a lot to Athens High School. And he'll be sadly missed.
I believe I met the man one time, and seemed like a really fine gentleman. A lot of nice people around here. It's like Gibby. We like to tease Fred Gibson, but in all seriousness, I don't think that I've ever been around a finer coach or person than Gibby, because he genuinely cares about the kids that play for him. And the guy was a heck of an athlete on his own right. Roby takes the snap. Pitch back to Glass. And is well read by Athens, and it's thrown for a loss. Eslocker and number 63, Wells Addington, in on the stop, I believe, along with maybe number 50, John Bateman.
Looked like Athens might have practiced.
And Gibby said Steve
this week
Bateman
for that option.
Yeah.
Excellent coverage by the Athens defense. They had that covered everywhere.
Well, and so far, I believe everything but one play has come to the short side of the field for the Buckeyes. And, of course, you've got the experience over here on this side of the line. Buckeyes in the shotgun. Lone back being Eric Glass. Glass, he'll get to the outside. Oh, and is taken down from behind by Sean Powell. And if he'd have gotten past Powell, he had some room to run. And if you catch Eric Glass from behind, you've got some good wheels.
Again, Sean Powell, the Athens tailback, tackles the Buckeyes tailback, and Eric Glass. The Buckeyes facing 3rd and 10 with just under 4 minutes remaining first period.
And the Buckeyes this year are missing another Glass, older brother Chris, who with 10 pounds of lead weight in his pocket weighed 130 pounds, but played linebacker for the Buckeyes, and he'd lay a lick on you, wouldn't he?
I understood he'd done very well in a high school all-star football game in Lancaster.
Back to passes, Roby out shotgun, sprints out, has a man, and is thrown and caught by Trey Wilson, I believe. What a nice grab by number 15. Trey's a 6'3" senior,
Wilson with the catch.
and been through that one the same place you have to. Well defended, so he threw it low. And in front of the receiver. The only one who could get to it was Trey, and Trey showed those long arms and good hands. Nice reception.
So if Ben Ruby has time, he will complete the pass. Thus far, the offensive line has done a pretty good job of giving him a little bit of time to throw the football.
Buckeyes in Athens territory, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Clock running, 3:10 remaining first quarter. Roby backs in the eye. Hand off the deep back glass. He hits the hole. He's up the middle. He'll gain, looks like about 7. Taken down, I believe, initially. Number 60, Josh Stalter.
Fans been thanking the cheerleaders all night. Let's tell you who they are. Nicole Schonborn, Lisa Burkle, Brandy Schoonover, Andrea Decker, Katie Arnold, Hillary Schaub,
Buckeyes not all that big, Jim.
Angela Maiden. Let's give them a big hand.
So they're going to have to, I hate to say play finesse football this year, but with all those receivers he's got, how'd you like to be a defensive coach trying to prepare for the Buckeyes? Scare you to death sometimes, wasn't it? Backs in the eye, man in motion. And timeout called by Ben Roby. 2:33 remaining in the first quarter. Time is back in here at our Basil River Field. Backs in the eye. Matt McKinney is the up back. McKinney in motion. Arnold looks downfield, has a man. He has Wilson. Trey Wilson catches the ball, gets away from one defender. He'll get it down to the 6-yard line. What a nice throw by John Arnold. Hid the ball well. Balls it to 31. It's down to the 6, so give him about 25, Jim. First and goal for the Buckeyes. What a well-designed play. Checking in for the Buckeyes, which may lead you to believe it's a running play, is Roy Wolf. They ought to give it to Matt McKinney. Matt's only, I think, they got Matt listed at 5'9". And that's generous. He could just hide behind him. Here, Eric, either one, just hide behind Roy and just push the middle. Full house backfield. Glass up the middle. Glass will score. There we go, touchdown, Nelsonville, New York. And right in front of him are two of the linemen I expected to be there, Zach Odenthal and Roy Wolf. Zach, 5'10", 220. They got him listed both ways, tackle and tackle.
Thanks, Subway, very much for...
Buckeyes up their lead to 13-6 at the 2:07 mark of the first quarter. Nice drive by the Buckeyes. Arnold to hold. Bateman to kick.
Jasper Bateman to tip the point after.
Nice hold, nice kick. It's good.
85-yard drive by the Buckeyes.
2:07 remaining first quarter. Nelsonville, York 14, Athens 6. Time is in. 2:07 remaining. Arnold to kick. Buckeyes with a nice drive.
Once again, James Hines back deep for Athens. Standing at the Bulldogs 17.
Arnold's kick, low line drive kick. Hines fields it. It's dropped. He picks it back up to 15. Heads up field, and he has slipped, taken down just outside the 20.
James Hines. Carry. Tackled by number 12, Jasper Bateman.
Jasper Bateman on the stop for the Buckeyes. And that low line drive kick, John's kicking bullets. Those things are hard to handle. So the Bulldogs will have the ball first and 10 at their own 23-yard line. They trail by 8.
Buckeyes fell behind 6-0 in the early going. They've come back to take a 14-6 lead. Now let's see if Athens can answer the call.
With what? 2 85-yard drives, actually, I believe, weren't they? One to run by, it was a 65-yard run, I believe, but they started about the 20 or 25. 4 wide out set for Athens. And we're going to have to lay a game on the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs with 3 wideouts to the left.
5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. The lay of game.
They had S. Locker, Gonzalez, and I believe it was Martin split out to the left. You know it's getting bad when you have your glasses on. Still, we're not real sure of the numbers. Locker and Gonzalez are wide to the left. Split backfield. White takes a snap. Back to pass. Looks downfield. Has a man open. And he slips. We're going to have a flag. And I think they're going to call the Buckeyes for a hold.
Pass falls incomplete. Intended for James Hines. There's a flag on the play.
We'll see what they call. I'm not real sure here. Either a hold on the Buckeyes or... And it's a hold on the Buckeyes.
Against the Buckeyes.
So, penalty on the Buckeyes. Give Athens a first down. 15 yards.
10-yard penalty. Make it illegal use of the hands. It's 1st and 5.
Sean Wolf, Flint Smathers in the backfield. Fletcher linebacker along with and White back to pass again. Under heavy rush. Just eludes one man. He has a man wide open. And he finds number 88. And he will be tripped up and taken down at the 45-yard line by John Arnold. White steps up and avoids the rush. And what I meant to say earlier, that's number 54, Mike Warren, in a linebacker spot. And Mike has been there, I think, for the last 4 years. He started as a freshman, and I don't think he's been taken out ever since, has he, Jim? That was Dustin Smyers on the reception.
From Nathan White, Steve Llewellyn.
Or Steve Llewellyn. 82, I guess it was, not 88. So Steve Llewellyn on the reception. Locker and Swires on the far side. In motion is number 15, Champlin. Pitch back, goes to number 5. Sean Powell, and he is taken down after about a 5-yard gain. Arnold on the stop. Looked like Fletcher had him in the backfield to start with and just did miss him.
Pick up a 5 yards, 2nd down and 5.
Tongue in motion. Checking in for the Buckeyes, number 22, Ryan Orks. And I believe number 30, David Burnett. Dave listed 6'4", 175 junior. And Ryan is a 6'2", 155-pound sophomore. And ball is loose and the Buckeyes recover. Adam Martin, I believe.
I don't know who made that initial hit. Might have been Big Roy Wolf, but he dismantled that whole play. He hit White before as he is actually making the handoff and caused the fumble.
You are correct, and Zach Odenthal recovered it for the Buckeyes. But he was in there, I think. We missed that one. They said John Fletcher came in and caused the exchange. He got there before the fullback did, didn't he? So the Buckeyes with the miscue on the Athens part, see if they can capitalize. Hand off to the deep back, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss. Getting up off the pile is number 72, Alex Norris, and Sean Bateman. Gibby, I'm going to start listening to Gibby so I don't sound bad.
Glass on the carry.
Nice hit with the Bulldogs.
2nd down and 11.
Yard lost. 12 seconds remaining, first period.
And I would say that the Buckeyes won't even try to get a playoff. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. At the end of one here at our Basil Field, Nelsonville, York 14, Athens Bulldogs 6.
Nelsonville, York 14.
Ready for second quarter action. Buckeyes lead by 8. Second down and 11 at the 37-yard line. Backs in the eye. Back to pass. And a pass intended for Smathers, incomplete.
Smathers, incomplete. Coming down the play, James Hines.
Brings up a 3rd and 11 for the Buckeyes. Checking in for Buckeyes, I believe, number 14, Noah Watkins. He replaces number 5, Chuck Granberry.
3rd and 11.
Trey Wilson, Dave Burnett wide to the right. Smathers and Watkins wide right. Pass over the middle intended for Wilson, and Trey with the first down. He is down. Bulldog player came up with the ball, Jim, but he was down.
15, Trey Wilson.
Trey reached behind him to catch that ball. Showed great hands. That's Trey's, what, 3rd reception?
He's got 54 yards, and as you said, his 3rd reception.
And in the paper, if you saw last Sunday where they had the preview, one thing Coach Kevin Meade said was he expected a big year from Trey Wilson. What's that old saying? With hands like that, he should be a waiter? Roby in a shotgun, double pumps, and he's under heavy rush, and he will be sacked. Roby thrown for a 10-yard loss.
Brought down by number 63,
Wells Addington in on the sack for the Bulldogs.
Good pressure by the Athens Bulldogs, bringing up a 2nd and 20 for the Buckeyes.
Down and 20.
Arnold and McKinney in for the Buckeyes, along with Trey Wilson. Aren't you going to tell me now it just gives Roby more room to operate? Buckeyes still on a shotgun. Eric Glass and McKinney in the backfield with him. Smathers on this side. On the far side is Arnold. Roby over the middle, short intended for Wilson. And actually, that wasn't a bad pass. He was under heavy pressure, and he threw it where no one else could get it. Bring up a 3rd and 20.
Josh McCombs with heavy pressure on Roby.
McCombs, 6 foot, 170-pound junior for the Bulldogs. Smathers and Wilson wide to this side. McKinney goes out.
3rd and 20.
Watkins and Arnold wide to the left. Pass over the middle, nearly picked by the Bulldogs. Intended for Wilson.
James Hines.
Buckeyes in a punting situation. And I believe Ben Roby will do the punting for the Buckeyes.
Roby does handle the punting for the Buckeyes. Of course, Bateman with the point after touchdowns, and John Arnold kicks off.
.10:37 remaining in the first half. Buckeyes lead 14-6. Nice punt by Roby. Sends a man deep for the Bulldogs. It's fielded about 15. Straight up the gut is Sean Powell, and he'll get it out to the 27 or 28-yard line. Well, Athens will have a 1st and 10.
40-yard punt for Ben Roby.
And Fletcher in on off the stop.
35, John Fletcher.
Seeing on defense right now we have for the Buckeyes. Rocky Harkless, number 32. 10 is Smathers. 21 is Arnold. 73 is Roy Wolf. 60 is Zach Odenthal. 55 is Matt Catter-Henrick. On the far side is Trey Wilson. Fletcher and Warren, a linebacker. Back to pass is White. Looks, passes. Picked by Arnold. Arnold with the football. Looks for room. Heads upfield, and he'll get it back to the 30-yard line. For the Buckeyes, will have a 1st and 10, and John read that all the way, Jim.
The catch or interception.
John is having a fine game. I believe that's his second pick.
That is his second interception on the night.
So the Bulldogs with another big turnover, 10-19 remaining. Of course, the Buckeyes turned it over first. The Bulldogs capitalized. Roby comes on the field. He gets his play from the bench. And we'll see what the Buckeyes do with it. They need to put one in here. Give themselves a cushion. Backs in the eye.
Chuck Brandenberry at fullback for the Buckeyes. Of course, Glass at tailback.
And a pass intended for number 30, Dave Burnett, little high. 2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes.
Pass was intended for number 30, David Burnett. 2nd down and 10.
Burwanger still at center for the Buckeyes. Catter-Henrick. Jan Altier, number 62 now in a guard. Hand off deep back Glass. Glass, the outside running room, heads down the field. He'll be taken out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
Tackled by Sean
Give him 14.
14-yard pickup. He's got 38 yards on 9 carries.
Nice block on this side by Flint Smathers.
Good call by the Buckeyes with the heavy rush that has been coming by the Bulldogs. Of course, the Buckeyes losing a lot of very good linemen from last year. You think of Darren Lawson and Burwanger and Jason Bubba Russell and Keller Blackburn, and I shouldn't have started named them because I'm going to have to name them all or I'm in trouble. Danny Carter.
And we'll see if Athens was drawn off or if they were encroached. Encroachment on Athens, I believe. 5-yard penalty, offsides on the Bulldogs. We'll see. Except the Buckeyes are backing it up.
Encroachment against the Bulldogs, 5-yard penalty.
No, they're not.
The Athens High School cheerleaders are
Bring up a 1st and 5.
down by the main
3
gate.
penalties for Athens for 15 yards.
Split the pot, 1 for $1, 3 for $2.
Oh, I bought a split the pot tickets too. I got 3 split the pot tickets.
Selling chances on a Longwood burger basket.
So there's one for each of us.
September 18th.
If I split the pot with you two again this year, I'm going to be upset again. Backs in the eye. And we're going to have movement on the Buckeyes this time.
Looks like Catter-Henrick jumped for the Buckeyes.
I don't think he jumped. I think he fell. He just slipped.
Illegal procedure against the Buckeyes, 5-yard.
Roy Wolf and John Arnold check back in for the Buckeyes. They'll replace number 5, Chuck Brandenberry, and number 70, Andrew Dolly. Jim and Carroll with some fine athletes. Older son Michael, leaving college now, was a good basketball player. Up the gut, and a nice run. And they're going to say the ball was caused by, fumble caused by the ground, and it was. He was down. But Glass takes it down to the 6-yard line, Jim. Well, we'll be very close to 1st down, see if they're going to measure it. And they're not going to measure it. Say he's a yard short. Give him 9.
Balls at the 6-yard line.
2nd down and 1. Clock's running. 9:58 remaining in the first half. Back to pass is Roby under a heavy rush. And it is picked. Then it's the for a decision, and it's picked off by Athens. One of the few times you'll see Ben Roby make a mistake. He just lost the grip on it.
The interception was by Asa Eslocker.
Ace Eslock with the interception. And that just shows that the young man's human.
Down for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs with the break, they'll have it first and 10 at the 17-yard line.
This, the first ticket drawn on the 18th will be for a Grandma Bonnie basket.
9:45 remaining in the first half. And the Bulldogs with a pick, Eslocker.
Turnabout is fair play.
Handoff to the deep back, Sean Powell. He will gain about 4.
Tackled on the play.
Sean Powell with 18 yards on 4 carries.
Levering.
Number 50, Eric Levering, made the tackle. Eric, we saw, started to play late in the year last year and did a real good job for the Buckeyes. They've got Eric listed at 210 pounds. He's a 5'11 junior. Roy Wolf over center. That'll put a little bit of a push on the center snapping the ball. Pitch back to number 5, Sean Powell.
Brought down by number 10, Flint Smathers.
Clint Smathers on the stop. He'll gain about 2. He'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
Those 2 yards were pretty much on his own as Smathers with a nice hit.
Balls it to 24.
Roby and Glass check in for the Buckeyes,
And 3.
replacing John Arnold and Smathers. Glass will be on this side. Sean Wolf. Davey Burnett in the middle, linebacker. Roby on the far side, man in motion. Passing situation. Pass over the middle, complete to Eslocker.
Eslocker from Nathan White.
Nice coverage by Glass. Not a lot you can do about that. That was a 2-step drop, and he, 1-2 throw.
Eslocker with 3 receptions for 67 yards.
On the coverage.
Nathan White,
Balls it to 31.
4 of 7, 70 yards passing.
Harkless it in for the Buckeyes. Levering, Roy Wolf. Cater Henrik, I believe. Handoff. Oh! Hit at the line of scrimmage. Ball is loose. I believe Harkless in on the stop. John Fletcher, rather, 35. And that was Martin on the carry. And he was hit at the line of scrimmage. If he got anything, he got it just simply by falling forward.
Nice hit by Fletcher.
Trey Wilson on the far side at end.
John Fletcher on the tackle.
Full house backfield. White, and we have a flag on the play. We're in motion on the Bulldogs, I believe. We'll see what the call is.
Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs. 5-yard penalty.
Other games in our area tonight has Sims Valley at Trimble. Trimble might be playing without Brady Trace, injured a shoulder in a scrimmage.
And that's a big loss for the Tomcats.
Tomcats should have an excellent team this year. New Lexington at Logan.
Passing situation for the Bulldogs. White back to pass. Looks downfield under heavy rush. Throws the ball up. Has a man wide open. In and out of the hands of number 15, Les Champlin. And I tell you, White is doing one heck of a job. He is laying that ball right in the numbers. The ones that have been incomplete, at least 3 of them have just been dropped.
Well, Nathan White is 4 of 8 passing for 70 yards, and 3 of those 4 incompletions should have been caught.
.62", 200-pound senior. Good size. Third and 15 for Athens. White back to pass. Looks downfield, throws it up for grabs, has a man. Turns, looks, passes. Nearly intercepted by Smathers, batted around and knocked away, I believe, by number 8, Gonzalez.
As I believe James Hines and Flint Smathers fighting for that football. Each one of them had a shot at it.
Brings up 4th down.
And that is number 2. Where his jersey's bunched up, it looks like an 8 to me. Forced out of action by blindness.
Also on the side, number 42, Eric Glass.
And I have said number sometimes, and it is number 2. That's Hines.
Nathan White to punt it away for Athens.
And a flag on the play. I'll be the only broadcaster in Southeast Ohio that has to have binoculars strapped to my head so I can see the numbers. I would say wait till your eyes start to go bad, but you're a lot younger than I am.
I believe somebody for Athens didn't have their
Chin strap.
or had either the chin strap or the mouthpiece in. And that'll be a, I believe, 5-yard penalty.
Make it 4th and 20.
Hey, they watch that pretty closely anymore. Brings up a 4th and 20.
White punting it away, and Arnold and Glass back deep for the Buckeyes, standing at the Nelsonville York 42.
Line drive kick. Arnold takes it on the run. John straight up the gut. Nice return. Gets it into Athens territory, and he never hesitated.
Gutsy play by John Arnold, not calling the fair catch, but it pays off for the Buckeyes as he returns it down to the Athens 37.
Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Roby brings the play in. And Ben signaling for somebody to come in. We must not have enough player.
Buckeyes have 1 timeout remaining.
I think he's going to call it. He's got a player coming in now, and the clock is running. Coming in at the last minute, we have number 28, Chase Elliott, and we have a timeout called. 6:31 remaining in the first half. Buckeyes lead by 8. Buckeyes 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, Jim. We have 4 wideouts. Glass, the lone back. Glass up the gut. He's got some running room. Glass sidesteps 1 tackler. He's tripped up. It looks up by number 18, I believe.
Tripped up by number 16.
16, Josh Stalter. Nice piece of running. And a nice block on that side by Smathers. Give him 6. It's either a short 6 or a long 5. See what they say. I think it's 2nd and 4 now. And they do say 2nd and 4. Backs in the eye. And we're going to have encroachment on the Bulldogs.
Looks like the Buckeyes and Ben Ruby change the cadence, the line of scrimmage, and the Bulldogs jump.
Encroachment against the Bulldogs. 5-yard penalty.
So he's got some size out there, receivers. If you look on the far side, he's got Trey Wilson, Noah Watkins, both listed 6'3". And on this side, he's got Smathers. They got Flint listed 6'3". You know, you got some tall receivers out there to throw the ball to.
What is it? Matt McKinney at fullback, Glass at tailback, and of course Ruby over center.
And off to Glass, the outside, and he's shoved out of bounds just inside the 20. And a flag on the play. We're going to have a hold on the Buckeyes, I believe.
Flag on the play. Holding against the Buckeyes.
Checking in for the Buckeyes, we have number 30, Davey Burnett. He replaces Matt McKinney. That'll back the Buckeyes up. Bring up a 1st and 19. 18. Nice run by Glass. Negated by the holding call. Roby, low snap, handles it well. Pass intended for Glass, incomplete. Big rush that time.
Complete. Intended for Eric Glass.
Number 50, John Bateman, right in the face of Ben Roby.
Bulldogs blitzing Bateman.
I'm not so sure that wasn't supposed to be a screen, but if it was a naked screen because there was no one out there but Glass.
Second down and 19. Falls at the 34-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Buckeyes with a young offensive line, and we have a timeout called on the field. Official timeout. .5:31 remaining in the first half. Roby, his shotgun. Low snap, looks downfield, has him in. That's Wilson. And Trey Wilson with the reception down to the 21-yard line, make the 22.
Pass is complete.
Give him a 12-yard gain, Jim. I'll bring up a 4th down.
Coverage by number 42, Kevin Waller.
4 receptions, 66 yards for Wilson. It'll be 3rd down for the Buckeyes.
3rd down, I'm sorry. 3rd and 7.
And 7.
Of course, Buckeyes in 4-down territory at the Athens 22.
Roby steps up under center. Power eye. Glass through the middle. Glass pushes a pile, and I believe he'll get the 1st down. Nice blocking by the Buckeye offensive line. Big Roy Wolf helps his running back up. He and I believe Zach Odenthal.
Right at the yardstick. Officials timeout for measurement.
Those are two good players to follow, you know it?
Tell you what, Buckeyes facing 3rd down and 7, and of course usually you'd think with Ben Roby and the receivers the Buckeyes have that they would throw the ball on 3rd and 7. Buckeyes landed up in the power eye and take it right at him, and it's a 1st down for the Buckeyes. Glass with a 7-yard pickup.
Buckeyes with some nice straight ahead blocking that time, giving them 1st down. So they're down in scoring territory once again.
12 carries, 60 yards for Eric Glass on his way to 100.
Which more than likely, unless he gets hurt, will lead to another 1,000-yard season.
1st and 10.
I said that young man from no bigger way. Yes, he has the biggest calves I've ever seen in my life on a running back. Roby on the naked bootleg. And Ben with a nice run. He'll pick up about 5.
Right down on the far side by number 82, Steve Llewellyn.
Runs behind Wilson and Odenthal, I believe, that time.
Down at 5.
Roby with 83 yards rushing on 6 carries, and that includes the negative yardage on sacks.
Clock's running. We're down to about the 4-minute mark the first half. Buckeyes up 14-6. Power eye again for the Buckeyes. Roby takes from Berwanger, gives to Glass. Glass hitting the backfield, and he'll gain about 1 on his own. And he's hit initially by Alex Norris. Bring up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4.
Catter Henrik, Dolly, Smathers, Odenthal, Berwanger, and Roy Wolf on the line along with Perry Wilson.
Once again, the Buckeyes with 2 plays to pick up the 4 yards.
Once again, the power eye for the Buckeyes. Glass, and the ball's fumbled. Roby recovers the ball back at about the 13-yard line. So the Buckeyes in scoring territory. It looks like they shoot themselves in the foot again, but you said it's 4th down. They're going to go for it, or if they're going to try the field goal. We'll see what they do.
Looks like they will go for it as Noah Watkins checks in for the Buckeyes.
And I didn't pick up the number of the last player to check in. I think it was Harkless, but I'm not sure. We'll see. So we'll see the shotgun here, and we do.
Could be a big play in the game.
Watkins and Wilson wide to the right. Smathers. And Roby will be sacked. Back at the 24-yard line, and Athens will turn over. Get the ball, they'll get on downs.
First guy to get to the quarterback was number 4, Josh McCombs.
Josh McCombs, first man to hit Roby. Ben did a good job of hanging on to the football. So another opportunity by the Buckeyes.
Take over, first and 10.
Comes up short.
That's a 20.
2:35 remaining in the first half. Where Athens will have it first and 10. Number 72 for Athens. Alex Norris brings the play in. Bulldog defense playing very, very well. Once they get down inside to what you consider the red zone, I guess, why they really tighten it up. Roby back in a cornerback.
Athens out of the I formation. Of course, Nathan White over center.
Hand off to the deep back, Sean Powell, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like in on the stop is number 22, Ryan Horrocks, for the Buckeyes.
Tackle by number 30, David Burnett. Pickup of 1, second down and 9.
Pretty soon, Gibby and I are going to get the same person making the stop, you know it? There's a Dave Burnett on the stop also.
Look for Nathan White to drop back and throw the ball here on 2nd and 9 for Athens.
Surprised we don't see him in the shotgun.
Levering is not the way. Levering's in the wrong spot.
And Hines with the carry, and he'll pick up the first down. Nice little misdirection, and Hines will be stopped by Catter-Henrick after a gain of about 10.
James Hines on the carry, brought down by number 55, Matt Catter-Henrick. Pick up enough for a first down, first and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Of course, we're right in front of the Buckeye spotters, and heard one of them say one of our linemen was in the wrong position. And he must have called it right because they ran it right through the hole where the gentleman's supposed to be.
Athens with a timeout.
Timeout with 1:40 remaining in the first half. Buckeyes lead 14-6. 1:40 remaining in the first half. Athens, 36-yard line. White with that good arm. And we're going to have a delay of game called on the Bulldogs again, I believe. Hines on the pitchback. Or motion on the Bulldogs. Or encroachment on the Buckeyes. Or
Illegal equipment, 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs.
They said equipment again, Jim.
Bulldogs with 7 penalties, 35 yards, each one of them for 5 yards. Buckeyes with 4 penalties for 40 yards.
Eric Raisin Kane on camera, Jim Hall and Jim McCumber. I've been doing this long, I used to have hair. I've done this long enough that you didn't have any children. And White wants a timeout. 1:38 remaining in the first half. Timeout Athens. Time is back in here at our Basil Road field. White backs in the eye. He takes a snap, pitch back to Hines. Hines sidesteps one would-be tackler, gets to the outside, and is finally taken down. I believe he's taken down by number 30, Dave Burnett. And yet, I'll tell you, 2 or 3 Buckeyes missed him. They were out there covering him. Young man showed some good feet. He'll pick up 7.
Second down and 8 for Athens with 1:15 remaining in the first half.
I find it hard to believe the Bulldogs aren't going to put it up here, but on the other hand, they're only down by 8. You put it up here, and Nelsonville York gets the pick and runs it in, and it takes all the steam out of you.
Of course, right now the Buckeyes lead 14-6.
And it looks like passing situation. He's got 3 wideouts, double wideouts to the left. And he is straight back to pass. Has plenty of time, looks downfield. He's under rush now. Throws it up in the air, and it is picked. Oh, nearly picked. Sean Wolf out there. I don't see any flags. White bought time. All the Buckeyes look like they converged the middle. Looked like a rugby scrum pile there. There were 7 players laying in a pile in the middle of the field. 43 seconds remain, brings up a 3rd and 8.
Excellent position by Sean Wolf at safety position, but couldn't pull it in on the far sidelines.
Has that young man got a nice arm on him or what? He just flicked his wrist and threw it about 40 yards in the air, didn't he?
Bulldogs trail by 8 with 43 seconds remaining first half.
Back split, 3 wideouts for the Bulldogs. McBride at center. And a flag on the field. How many penalties is that on the Bulldogs now?
That's 8 of them for 40 yards.
Well, that'll drive you crazy, won't it?
Make it 3rd and 13.
On the field right now for the Buckeyes, I see Trey Wilson, 30s Dave Burnett, 42 Eric Glass, Ben Roby, Sean Wolf, 22 is Ryan Horrocks, 55 Catter Henrik, 60 is Zach Odenthal, Roy Wolf, Trey Wilson, Mike Warren. Back to pass is White, double pumps, throws, has a man up in the open, and it is nearly intercepted, and they say incomplete. Wolf said he caught on the bound, and if he didn't, he was close.
It looked like he might have cut it. Still talking to the official, but again, Matt Catta-Henrik laid a lick on Nathan White as he released that ball.
Good coverage by Eric Glass. 4th and 8.
Brings up 4th and 12. Nathan White to punt, back deep.
See if the Buckeyes try to put a little bit of pressure on the punter.
Eric Glass.
Arnold and Glass deep for the Buckeyes. I don't think we have to worry about whether or not they'll try to field this ball or not. John Arnold.
I'm out on the field.
Athens uses their last timeouts, and neither team with any timeouts remaining.
Timeout. White back to punt for the Bulldogs. He said Arnold and Glass deep for the Buckeyes. No flag, and I tell you, they jumped, and a bad kick off the side of the foot, and it will go out of bounds at about the 39-yard line, I believe.
At the
44-yard line. Buckeyes have it 1st and 10, 27 seconds with Roby's arm. We can score quick. Roby. Kneels down. That's a little surprising to me.
Buckeyes take the knee, and of course the Buckeyes will get the ball to start the second half. And Coach Mead wants to take that 8-point lead in the locker room at halftime, knowing he's got the ball to begin the second half.
I understand. Not a bad idea. I forgot that we had the ball. You're amazing. You just get better with age. You're just like fine wine, aren't you? I'm kind of like bread that you leave out overnight. After 2 days, I'm just covered with mold. And now we'll end the first half here at Basil Rudder Field. Nelsonville York 14, the Athens Bulldogs 6. We're just about ready for the second half kickoff. I believe the Buckeyes will receive. You got some statistics, Mr. Mem?
Buckeyes passing 4 of 11 for 66 yards, 22 rushes for 130 yards, a total of 196 in the first half. Athens was 4 of 11 passing, 70 yards, 11 rushes for 40 yards, 110 total yards for Athens. Buckeyes 9 first downs, Athens 7. Buckeyes with 2 turnovers, 1 by fumble, 1 interception. Athens 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. Buckeyes penalized 4 times 40 yards, Athens 8 times 40 yards. Eric Glass has rushed for 61 yards on 13 carries. Ben Roby 8 rushes, 69 yards. Powell has rushed 6 times for 21 yards for the Bulldogs, and White has thrown for 70 yards. Running down the scoring, all the scoring came in the first quarter as Ben Roby fumbled the ball on the Buckeye 9. Athens took it in. Adam Martin with a 1-yard touchdown run. The point after failed, and Athens led 6-0 with 8:14 remaining in the first period. Then Ben Roby went 68 yards on a touchdown run. Bateman made the kick, 7-6 Buckeyes, 7:07 remaining in the first quarter. White was intercepted by John Arnold, and then Glass took a 6-yard touchdown run. Bateman with the kick, 14-6 was where we stood at the 2:07 mark of the first quarter, and that's where we stand now.
And Martin, I don't know if it was intentionally squibbed or not, but it was followed on by number 55, Matt Catter-Henrick, at the 47-yard line. And Buckeyes have great field position, and I think he just went off the side of his foot. So the Buckeyes with the break to start the second half, see if they can capitalize. So far, really, the story of the game's been the turnovers. Buckeyes driving, turned it over twice, I believe, deep in Athens territory, and Athens turned right around and returned the favor. So you wonder what would happen if one of the other teams wouldn't have turned the ball over. Backs in the eye. Burwanger center, Roby hands off 2. Glass straight up the gut, and Eric will gain about 3, bring up the second 7. Taken down by number 16, I believe, Josh Stalter.
Sean Bateman, Sean Powell on that tackle. Also number 16, Josh Stalter.
Oh, thank goodness he mentioned his name. We have Wilson and Burnett split wide to this side. I believe that's Watkins on the far side. Back to passes. Roby has a man in the middle. That's number 10, Smathers. And Smathers drops the ball. They want to, I think, interference called, and there's no interference call on the play.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, there was a flag.
Ball falls incomplete.
I believe they will call James Hines with pass interference.
There's a flag.
I thought he had the back of Flint's jersey.
The intended receiver was Flint Smathers. And it was really hard to tell from where we're sitting, as Hines was behind Smathers from where we're sitting.
So another penalty on the Bulldogs. That's their what, 9th penalty?
9th penalty on Athens.
Flint coming back from that shoulder injury. Had to miss a whole year. He is wide to the left again. Burnett, and hand off to the deep man. Glass side steps 2 would-be tacklers. Finally taken down by number 75, Matt Skinner. He'll gain 3.
75, Matt Skinner.
And Eric did a good job to pick up 3 because he sidestepped the would-be tackler at the line of scrimmage. Checking in for the Buckeyes, we have number 28, Chase Elliott.
I believe Elliott just a freshman.
You're correct. 5'11", 150-pound freshman, which means he's 5'9", 132. Man in motion. Roby back to pass, looks downfield, has a man, and it is just out of the hands of Elliott. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Buckeyes, it looks like they're going to Roby out a little bit and try to buy some time because him staying in the pocket, and the Bulldogs are really putting some heat on him. Young offensive line, got to give them time to mature, but they'll get there. Brings up a 3rd and 7. .28 remaining third quarter. Buckeyes up 8. They lead 14-6.
Nice crowd on hand on both sides, and beautiful night for football.
And 4 wide receivers hit, actually 5. No one in the backfield. Roby back to pass, has a man over the middle. Smathers, it's caught, and a flag on the play. I believe you're going to have interference called again on Hines, but a beautiful pass completion, and I believe that'll be declined.
Smathers flying on the play.
It's down inside the 10-yard line. It's down to about the 8, so it's a 25-yard completion.
Preliminary call, pass interference against the Bulldogs is declined.
And Ben Roby threw that one right in the numbers. Flint used his size to his advantage at that time, and Ben threw it where no one could get it but Flint. So Nelsonville, York, 1st and goal. Oh, 1st and 10. I'm sorry, it's at 13. I thought it was at the 8. My mistake. LA in motion. Pitch back to Glass. Glass sidesteps 2 would-be tacklers, and he gets it down inside the 10-yard line.
That's on the carry.
Quick feet by Mr. Glass.
By number 63.
Nice run by Eric, as you said, 2 guys could have had him in the backfield, but he's going to pick up about 6.
I believe he gets it down to the 7, so it brings up a 2nd down and 4. Buckeyes need to punch this in. They've had trouble, like we said, early in the first half in the red zone.
Athens has stiffened up when they've been in this situation in the second quarter.
Power eye. Glass up the gut. And he gets it down close to the goal line. Jumped over 2 tacklers and then carried 1 more with him. Looks like it's at the 1-foot line. So it's 1st and goal from a real close.
Excellent run by Eric Glass. Nice hole opened up for him and picks up 6 yards. The first 4, nice hole by the offensive line, and then 2 yards Eric picks up on his own. Good hard running.
Well, you've got Odenthal and Roy Wolf in there, and that's, like I said, that's 2 good ones to just run behind. And Roby on the keeper. Touchdown, Nelsonville, York. 8:51 remaining in the third quarter, and the Buckeyes extend their lead 20-6. So the Buckeyes with a nice drive, helped by, I would say helped by a penalty, but
Jasper Bateman to attempt the point after.
Jasper Bateman on the kick. John Arnold to hold. The clock is stopped at 8:52 in the third quarter. And the point is good. Bateman doing an excellent job, Jim. 3 for 3. 8:52 remaining third quarter. Nelsonville, York 21. Athens 6.
York 21. Athens 6. Point after was good by Jasper Bateman.
John Arnold on to kick it off. Powell deep for Athens, along with Hines. And I believe, but I can't see the other number, sorry. Arnold, short kick taken by Powell straight up the gut. And he had some running room and is tripped up. It looked like by John Arnold, I believe. No, it's number 22 on the stop. That would be Ryan Horrocks. So Athens with good field position for their first possession of the third quarter. Ball's at the 41. White, man in motion is Hines. Nathan White back to pass under a heavy rush. And it is thrown up for grabs. Short. Incomplete. Oh, what a play by Hines. Ball was batted up in the air, and Hines stayed with it and pulls it in. And that shows what a good athlete Mr. Hines is. And once again, I tell you, tomorrow morning, Nathan White is going to have to be helped to a nice hot tub and soaked for a while because he took another lick. And that ball was just thrown up in the air. If anything, I thought it would be picked. And Hines has a cramp, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a cramp on the sideline as he hurriedly limps off the field. Big, nice athleticism by James Hines to pull that down after the near interception by Nelsonville, York.
White back to pass, throws over the middle, complete. It's complete to number 15, Les Champlin. And that's how you avoid the rush. You take that short drop. Sean Wolf on the stop for the Buckeyes. John Arnold checks in for the Buckeyes, replacing Ron Horrocks.
Nathan White has hit 4 different receivers now in the game.
First and 10 is at 24-yard line. Athens trying to answer the Buckeyes. Much improved Bulldog squad this year, Jim. White back to pass again, has plenty of time, has a man, and is going to be knocked away. Nice play by number 88, Sean Wolf. And Wolf did the smart thing, Jim. He didn't try to intercept it, he just knocked it away.
Steve Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, the intended receiver. Llewellyn was guarded well by the Buckeyes.
Looked like Asa Eslocker limping just a little bit also for Athens.
And Eric Glass going to be replaced by Flint Smathers. Nope, Wolf is. I think Eric wanted out. He raised his hand. I think he needed a breather. That young man's been on the field a long time. White back to pass. Under heavy rush by Wolf. Wolf hits him as he lets go. And the ball will be caught and touchdown. Asa Eslocker.
24-yard touchdown pass, White to Eslocker.
And Eslocker's down. Hopefully the young man's okay. That was a well-thrown ball. Once again, White got decked as he threw the ball. Big Roy Wolf put a lick on him.
Eslocker, 91 yards receiving and 4 catches.
And Asa Eslocker got up into his own power and ran off the field and was pumping his fist trying to get the crowd pumped up.
Big 2-point conversion attempt by Athens. If they don't make it, the Buckeyes remain up by 2 scores.
Power eye for the Bulldogs. White back to pass, has a man wide open, and it will be knocked away. Good defense. That time Eric Glass, pass intended for Champlin, and Glass gets up slowly. Hopefully the young man's okay. Timeout on the field, 7:40 run remaining, third quarter, 21-12, Buckeyes lead. Nice deep kick taken by Arnold. He dropped the ball, and he's got a fall on it. He does pick it up, and he does just get to it.
Near disaster for the Buckeyes. So in the first quarter, both teams together puts up 3 touchdowns, 14-6 Buckeyes. Nothing happens in the second quarter. Now on both teams' initial drive of the second half in the third quarter, they both score.
And like you said, near disaster for the Buckeyes on that one. Buckeyes will have it first and 10 at the 18-yard line. Smathers wide to the left. Watkins and Wilson wide right. Backs in the eye. Glass, the deep back. Glass to the outside. With some running room, he'll get it out close to the yardstick. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. And we have an Athens Bulldog player hurt. He's outside. He's to the 25-yard line, and we have a timeout on the field.
Eric Glass on the carry.
The injured player was number 75, Matt Skinner, and he did walk off with some assistance. Hopefully the young man's okay. Such a big loss. Go ahead, yeah.
6'6", 230 takes up a lot of room on that defensive line of the Bulldogs.
Hand off to the second back through. And that is Glass.
Down by Nick Montaigne.
He'll pick up 2. Believe he'll be just short of the first down. Should bring up about a third and a short one.
Third and a foot.
Or as Gibby said, third and a foot. Looks like the Buckeyes are going to try to play a little ground control here and see if they can run some clock. Roby on the keeper up the middle. Roby drops a football, and he does recover it. He'll pick up a first down, and he had some running room if he hadn't dropped the ball. I think maybe an Athens player reached in and got a hand on it.
I'll tell you what, Ben Roby looked like he had a rubber band strapped to him and shot out of there. He just shot out of there in a hurry, like out of a cannon. I wonder if Eric was able to keep up with that run up the middle.
That was a nice gain, and he only had one man to beat, and he would have had another touchdown. So the Buckeyes with the first and 10 at the 38-yard line. Ben did a nice job of getting back after that ball because the Athens player was actually close to it, and he was. Double wide outs to the right, backs in the eye. Glass through the line, still going. Eric Glass is like the Energizer Bunny. Gets a little bit of a late hit, but he's helped up by his ex-locker. Keith Beatty on the stop, number 51.
You look at Eric Glass, he's only 5'8", but he's got that stocky build and those big calves on him, and he can really turn those legs.
That kid's got legs of a man that's 6'2". He looks like Eddie George legs from the waist down, you know. And as nice a young man as you ever want to be around. Eric and his brother Chris are just, they're fine young men. Second 3. Roby back to pass. Has a man. And the ball is just overthrown. Intended for Smathers.
James
Hines on the coverage. Good coverage by Hines.
Intended for Flynn Smathers.
Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Buckeyes on their own 46.
Hines listed at 6'1" and Flynn at 6'3". That's a good matchup.
Big Roy Wolf checking back in on the offensive line for Nelsonville York.
Burwanger at center. Roby to Glass. Glass tries to pop the outside. He cuts it up. And I believe he'll get the first down, Jim.
I think he's short.
Jim says he's short.
Looks like he's short by just a foot.
I thought he had it.
By number 82, Steve Llewellyn.
We'll see where they mark it.
4th and a foot.
Fred Gibson said 4th and a foot. They're not even going to measure.
And the Buckeyes are going to go. This could be the biggest play of the game.
Roby up the middle.
And he's still going. Roby with the first down. And I'll tell you what, I'll talk about a push. Mike Warren and Trey Wilson just pushed him.
A little bit of a surge. Of course.
And Justin Burwanger.
Of course, he's taken over that center spot from Darren Lawson, who graduated, and he did a pretty good job on that play.
And Justin had a nice push on that. Buckeyes in Athens territory at 46. And Watkins in, Trey Wilson out, and the Buckeyes forced to call timeout. 4:35 remaining in the third quarter. Buckeyes lead 21-12. Time is back in here at Rudder Field. First and 10 Buckeyes, 46-yard line. And we have a broken play. Should be a flag on the play. And there was a late flag. I thought the Buckeyes jumped, to be perfectly honest.
They did, and it's according to whether or not it was a dead ball. But Ben Ruby had the face mask.
I thought it was face mask too.
Call against the Bulldogs.
Did they not call a legal motion on Nelsonville?
They didn't call a motion on the Buckeyes unless it was Berwanger snapped the ball and jumped, and nobody else moved. Then it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, obviously, if Berwanger would snap the ball a little early, that's not a penalty.
15 yards for the spot of the foul.
But Ben
We'll take it, I guess.
He had that helmet was twisted back when he was taken down.
36-yard line, I believe.
And you do hate to see it, and I'm sure it wasn't intentional.
Make it to 35.
Sometimes when you're reaching, you're just reaching for anything, and sometimes it's the wrong place.
I've done that most of my life. You know, I've been groping around for 48 years.
That's 10 penalties, 70 yards on Athens.
And that will not make the coaching staff very happy.
Again, as we talked about earlier, look at the numbers Athens has on the sidelines, and it looks like Bulldog football is coming back.
I can't remember the last time I've seen Athens have that many players out. Rob Weinford, we give you a tip of the hat, Rob.
I think there's excitement once again here at Athens for their football program. I believe they had about 30 out every time they were lifting the weights during the off season.
Buckeyes in the power I. Roby, Glass, finds a hole. Eric up the middle, has some running room.
Eric Glass.
Still going. Smathers with a nice push. They said fumble on the play and the Bulldogs get it. And I have a hard time believing that he wasn't down. So McCombs recovers. Glass slow getting up. They'll run right behind Wolf. Odenthal and Smathers, nice run. I believe he would have picked up about 10 yards on the carry, Jim. So another turnover. Athens will have it first and 10 to 26. See if Mr. White can take advantage. Timeout Bulldogs, 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. They trail by 9. Yeah. Athens with the football. First and 10, 26-yard line. Single back, 3 wideouts. White takes a snap from center, back to pass. Looks downfield, has a man wide open is Hines. And Hines is still going. And he's going to score. Hines with a 74-yard touchdown run. And the Bulldogs are right back into this game. Brings them within 3, 21-18. And he was wide open. Somebody blew a coverage.
Touchdown pass from Nathan White to James Hines.
4:04 remaining in the third quarter. Bulldogs pull within 3, Jim.
74-yard touchdown pass.
So what do you do here? You go for 2. And it looks like they will go for the extra point. Adam Martin on to a 10-point after. Delay of game called on the Bulldogs. That's 11 penalties on Athens now, I believe.
And we got ourselves a ball game. Buckeyes started on the road 18-yard line, fumbled it at the Athens 26. Looked like the Buckeyes were going to go up by 3 scores, and now Athens has pulled it within 3.
Bulldogs will go for 2. Hines in motion. I think I just look for Hines and find him someplace. Over the middle, and pass is caught complete by Eslocker. 4:04 remaining in the third quarter. Nelsonville York 21, Athens 20. Timeout on the field. Athens pulls within 1. John Arnold deep for the Buckeyes, back with Elliott, Bateman, Flint Smathers.
Martin kicks it off.
Taken by Bateman. Jasper Bateman straight up the field. Jasper will get it out to the 30-yard line where the Buckeyes will have a 1st and 10. Nice return by Bateman. Didn't try anything fancy, Jim. Just cover the ball up when he got in traffic. Jasper put 2 hands on it.
To the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes.
Nelsonville York with the lead, cut to just 1. We'll see what they can do with it.
We got ourselves a ball game.
We thought we would have. And we've not been disappointed. It's been a game of turnovers and big plays. And after a short gain, Glass, gain of 1. Looks like number 5 in on the stop. Powell.
Last man out of the pile, number 50, John Bateman.
Said John Bateman, also number 50.
Pick up off the 1. Second down and 9.
Hey, are they moving faster yet?
Yeah.
Clock's running, 3:25 remaining third quarter, 2nd and 9. Roby in a shotgun. Ben. He'll run up the gut, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. Stopped for no gain. I believe number 83 was in on the stop. Tyrin. He said 63. I thought that was 83.
I think momentum's wearing green and gold right now.
I think you're correct. Athens Bulldogs fired up. They're playing well. Coach Weinford has done a good job with them. Of course, the Buckeyes, while Coach trips to the left, looking like 4 receivers actually. No one in the backfield. 5 receivers in the set. Roby on the sprint out. We're going to have a hold called on the Buckeyes. Pass is complete to Smathers. I think it's coming back, Jim.
16-yard pickup by the Buckeyes. But again, a flag is down.
And it's a clip on the Buckeyes.
Big penalty. Buckeyes had the 1st down, and that's now going to bring up 3rd and about 20. .234 remaining in the third quarter. Actually, from the spot of the foul, it's going to be 3rd and about 25.
3rd and half the field.
Let's make it the 12-yard line.
And the Buckeyes will put 4 men out in the pattern. Looks like Glass will be the lone man back. Roby in the shotgun.
25.
3rd down, 25. Roby over the middle. Has a man. Smathers has a 1st down. He's still going. And he will get the 1st down across midfield. And Flint will get it down to the 47-yard line. Great pass.
40 yards.
A 40-yard pass.
From Roby to Smathers. Good for 1st down.
As you said all last year. Just gives Ben more room to operate.
I was sitting here thinking with that 3rd and 25, I thought Buckeyes probably should just try a draw to glass or a quarterback draw with Roby. Buckeyes would have no part of that. They just drop back and complete the pass for the first down.
Roby, draw play to Glass. Taken down to the line of scrimmage. Had some running room. Wells Addington on the stop for the Bulldogs. Give him a gain of, let's give him 1. Clock's running, 1:40 remaining third quarter.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Gibby said no gain, but they moved at least 6 inches. We'll give him the yard.
Glass, by the way, over 100 yards with 107 yards rushing, 24 carries.
And he's got a lot of that on his own. Young man's got to be getting tired. 4 receivers in the pattern for the Buckeyes. Roby back to pass. Has a man. Intended for Arnold, incomplete. He was sandwiched by 2 Athens players. Say, if Arnold could have caught that one, he had plenty of running room because both the Athens receiver or the Athens defenders went for the interception.
Waller and Nelsonville on the coverage for Athens.
3rd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:18 in the third quarter. So we got us a football game.
Buckeyes don't need all 10 here. If they can get about 8, they'll probably go for it on 4th down.
5 receivers in the pattern for the Buckeyes. Roby on a sprint out, has a man, and it is incomplete. I believe it was intended for Wilson, and Trey had it, and the Athens player knocked it away at the last minute.
Nice coverage by Waller of Athens. 4th and 10, Buckeyes will punt it away.
Clock stopped at 1:13. Roby to punt.
Punt for the Buckeyes.
I bet you hope the Buckeyes tomorrow night aren't this close. Roby with the short punt. Taken by the up man. Number 5, and he is hit and taken down immediately by a host of Buckeyes. John Arnold and number 52, Sherman Perkins on the stop. Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Timeout on the field. Athens with the football. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Then Roby back in a corner. White takes a snap. Back to pass. Looks downfield. Has a man wide open. It's Nelsonville. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He's taken out by Burnett.
By number 30, David Burnett. That's good for 1st down.
Gave Nelsonville a big cushion that time, and White just laid it on the numbers.
Nelsonville over 100 yards receiving with 105 on 5 catches. Nathan White, 9 of 17 for 216 yards passing.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line for Athens. Under 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Back to pass again under a heavy rush. And we have a holding. He throws that one away, but we're going to have a hold on the Bulldogs.
There's no doubt about that one. The Buckeye was blitzing through and had a clean shot towards White, and all of a sudden he went to the ground, and a Bulldog lineman took him down from behind.
Reminds me of that story where John Madden was still coaching Oakland. Upshaw got called for holding, and Madden got in his face and was screaming at him. He said, "Why'd you hold him?" He said, "Because if I didn't hold him, he was going to kill our quarterback." He said, "Well, I guess that's okay then." So another penalty on the Bulldogs.
And that'll be from the spot of the foul.
And that hurts him. That's about a 16-yard really penalty from the original line of scrimmage.
About 20 yards.
Yeah, 19 yards. So 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line.
18-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. From the point of the foul.
Boy, if Rob's got any hair left, I bet he's pulling it out down there on the sidelines. You know it? White back to pass. Has time. Airs it out. Roby. And Roby with the pick. Ben Roby intercepts the Nathan White pass intended for Eslocker at the 45-yard line. Nelsonville, York with the turnover. They'll have it 1st and 10 with 43 ticks remaining on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Roby leads these troops to line. McKinney. Glass in the backfield. Hand off to Glass. Glass stutter steps through the line. He'll pick up a couple. Last man off the pile for Athens. Looks like number 50 on the stop. That would be John Bateman.
John Bateman on.
Of course, John Bateman played for Nelsonville, York, I believe, 2 years ago, Jim.
Soccer will be here at our Basil Rudder tomorrow night, 7:15 against Logan.
Noticed on the way in that Athens has built new tennis courts up next to the high school.
They look very nice.
Nice facility here. Plains. Roby. Man in motion. Back to pass. Has a man out in the flat. Intended for McKinney. Can't catch it. And the clock has 2 zeros on it, so I don't end the 3rd quarter. Nelsonville, York, 21. Athens, 20. Heading to our Basil River Field. 4 receivers in the pattern for the Bulldogs. High snap. Roby has a man. Oh! Thought it was going to be caught. He slipped. That was Smathers. Buckeyes will have to punt. 4th and 9. Buckeyes will punt.
Well, I said coming into this game, this is going to be an excellent contest, and here we sit, Buckeyes leading by 1 as we begin the 4th period.
Nice snap. Nice high spiraling punt by Roby. Sends player back, and it will go into the end zone. Touchback.
It's a 54-yard punt.
11:47 remaining in the contest. Athens have it 1st and 10 to the 20-yard line. Backs in the eye for Athens. White takes a snap. Hands off to the deep back. And he is hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Powell. Hit by number 35. John Fletcher and Eric Levering, number 50 on the stop. Mike Warren is also in on the stop.
Trey Wilson.
Well, Gibby said Trey Wilson, so if we keep going to everybody, but I think Roby was in on the tackle. Good job by the defense that time. 2nd down and 10. Man in motion for Bulldogs. White back to pass under blitz. And he is hit. He is going to be sacked inside the 10-yard line. Fletcher, Levering. And the last man up off the pile was my man Zach Odenthal, and Zach was the first man to hit him. Zach did a great job of eluding the block.
35, John Fletcher.
Brings up a 3rd and 20. So the Buckeye defense has stepped up so far the challenge. They need to hold the Bulldogs here.
For the Bulldogs be conservative, or will they put it in the air and try to pick this up?
If you had Nathan White at quarterback, what would you do? Air that puppy out. White back to pass under a rush. Sprints out. Has a man, and it's incomplete. Intended for Hines. Good defensive pressure by the Buckeye defense, and Athens forced to punt. They'll be inside their have to punt from the goal line, I'd say, or excuse me, thereabouts.
Ben Ruby on that last punt for the Buckeyes punted at 54 yards into the end zone. And of course, Nathan White, he's also an excellent punter.
Arnold back deep to return puck, and Roby is back to return the punt.
Back for the Buckeyes.
We're going to have a penalty on Nelsonville York. Levering coming in didn't have his chin strap snapped, I think.
But it seemed like the ball had yet to be snapped, but that will be the call.
On the Buckeyes.
Illegal equipment.
Boy, both teams have shown that a couple times tonight. Early in the season, young teams.
6 penalties on the Buckeyes, 60 yards. Athens with 12 penalties for 90 yards.
High snap, White. Line drive kick. Buckeyes will let it bounce. And it will roll dead at about 41-yard line.
44-yard punt for Nathan White.
9:59 remaining. Buckeyes up by 1, 21-20. Backs in the eye. I believe McKinney and Glass. Smathers and Wilson split wide. Back to pass is Roby. He has a man open. He has number 10 Smathers, and Smathers taken down from behind at the 23-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by number 80. Is that 82, I believe, or 88? 82 on the stop. That's Steve Llewellyn. Roby laid that one right in the numbers.
37-yard pass play. Ruby to Smathers. Smathers with 98 yards in receiving on 3 catches.
First down.
So the Buckeyes first and 10 at the 22-yard line. Ben, draw play to Glass. Glass caught in the backfield. And he will be taken down by number 83, Tyren.
Eric Glass hit first by number 63, Wells Addington.
And they keep saying 63. Boy, it looks like 83 to me. I can't say. So 63 is Addington.
Loss of 1. Second down and 11.
And 83 Tyren, I would say, would be Mike Wren's son. If it is, he's got a good bloodline there because Mike was a terrific athlete. Too short to play basketball at OU, so he went to Miami, and he's in their Hall of Fame.
Under 9 minutes remaining. Buckeyes 21, Athens 20.
Roby on the sprint out, looks downfield, has a man, and it's incomplete, intended for Noah Watkins.
Fastball's incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd and 11. And I would say right now you would be correct. Well, Buckeyes are in 4-down territory, or if they get a 5 or 6 yard completion, you never know. You might see Jasper Bateman on to attempt field goal.
3rd and 11.
Roby, 5 receivers in the pattern. 4 receivers to the right. Watkins in motion. Roby on a sprint out, has a man open. He has Smathers. Smathers incomplete. Oh, nearly caught on the rebound. Good coverage by Hines.
Pass was broken up by James Hines.
What a matchup on that play. Smathers, the intended receiver, and Hines in coverage, and 2 good athletes battling it for the football.
Davey Burnett comes on for Nelsonville York. York. He'll replace number 28, Chase Elliott.
Buckeyes will go. Ball resting at the Athens 23. They need 11.
A lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties, but this game has been fun to watch, hasn't it?
Excellent ball game.
Roby out of the shotgun, looks downfield. And it is incomplete. Looked like the ball slipped out of his hand. So Athens holds. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Timeout on the field. Athens, 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Hines in motion. Nathan White takes the snap, looks quickly to Hines, and it is intercepted by number 22 of the Buckeyes, Ryan Horrocks. Ryan Horrocks steps in front of the intended receiver and gives the Buckeyes one of the biggest turnovers of the game.
22, Ryan Horrocks.
Nice play by Horrocks.
He read that all the way and just stepped in front of the intended receiver. What a great play. Ryan is 6'2". Well, they got him listed at 150, 155-pound sophomore. Well, I bet Mom's over there jumping up and down screaming. Buckeyes going to operate out of the power I, Jim. Glass. He hits the hole. He'll gain 2.
In the backfield by Sean Powell.
I tell you, there just hasn't been much there lately for Glass. In the early part of the game, his first rush was not much there, and then he gained a lot of yardage, but the last 7 or 8 carries, there hasn't been a whole lot there.
But to be perfectly honest, he looks like he's about a half a step slower right now, too. I think the young man, as much as he's just getting tired. He's been going both ways, and he's been getting beat on pretty good. Horrocks in motion, or rather Arnold. Glass cuts it upfield. He'll be hit. He'll still gain a couple yards maybe. But it looks like we're just going through the motions right now. The kids are tired. 3rd and 6.
Ace Locker in on that tackle on the far side.
S. Locker on a tackle for the Buckeyes.
6.
You said Buckeyes in 4 down territory. Exciting football game. We couldn't open the season with a lot of mistakes made, but boy, a lot of excitement. Fun to watch. Arnold in motion. Roby on the keeper. Roby will get it down inside the 20, I believe.
But that sets up a workable 4th down play. It'll be 4th and about 3.
Wouldn't surprise me to see a timeout here.
Let's make it 3.
4th down and 3. Clock's running. 6:53 remaining in the contest. Buckeyes lead 21-20. Athens plays like this all year. You're going to see these stands full more than once.
Buckeyes out of the power I.
Glass. And Glass will be stopped short of the 1st down. He'll pick up 2, but the Buckeyes will turn it over on downs, I believe. See where they mark it, but I don't think they got enough. I don't think there's much doubt about it. Athens will have a 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. 6:35 remaining in the contest. Athens with the football at the 18-yard line. They trail by 1. Hines wide to the right. White over the middle, and it's caught by Locker, I believe. He'll pick up 8. Make it a 2nd and 1, or 2nd and 2 rather. Good job by White that time. Looked at Hines and came back to Locker.
Locker 113 yards receiving, 6 catches.
And I I think the first two passes thrown to him, he dropped. So what would he have? He had those two. Young man shows good hands. Roby on Eslocker. Hines in the slot. White. Back to pass. Throws over middle. Oh, and Eslocker threw his hands, threw a little bit behind him.
Eslocker took his eyes off that ball as it was coming in. He looked to see what kind of running room he had. But
And it was a lot.
The ball had yet to arrive into his hands, and he just took his eyes off of it. Third and 2.
Could be one of the biggest plays of the game for the Bulldogs. Will they run it? And they will run it. And I believe he is close to the first down. He may have picked it up.
He needed 2. It looked like he got 2. It's close. They will measure.
Timeout on the field for a measurement.
I want to tell you what, if they're just short, what do you do if you're Rob Weinford?
Have Nathan White stretch it for a first down. I thought he got it.
Looks like he's got it by the length of the football, and he does.
Clock's running, 5:35 remaining contest. First and 10 at the 26-yard line for Athens. Hines checks into the game. They're getting close, I'll tell you. They've got too many men on the field. Hines comes off, and we're getting close to time. Man in motion. And we have to delay a game on the Bulldogs. You can see it coming. 5-yard penalty. Bring up a first and 15.
Excitement here at Athens High School. Again, in the first half, all the scoring is 14-6 Buckeyes at halftime. All the scoring was in the first quarter. Now it's 21-20 Buckeyes, and all the scoring in the second half was done in the third quarter. There's yet to be a score here in the fourth period. It's a game of offenses in the first and third quarters and defenses in the second and fourth.
White. Back to pass. Looks downfield under a heavy rush. And we're going to have a flag. And they're going to call that on Burnett. And there was contact. So Bulldogs will have a 15 yards and a first down.
Fastball's incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Preliminary call.
That one was close. Not much you can say. He was going for the ball. But when there's contact, they'll call it. I don't have a lot of problem with physical mistakes.
15-yard penalty marked off against the Buckeyes.
I figure anybody that's out there playing was better than I ever was. So the Bulldogs with a first and 10 now. The ball is out to the 39-yard line.
We got a nail biter.
I don't have any left. Man in motion for the Bulldogs. Lone back. Pitch back to Hines. Hines with some running room, and he will be hit 4 times, and he is still going. Finally taken down. He'll pick up 3, and that's the longest 3-yard run I've seen so far tonight. Coach Meade's the only one that didn't hit him on that play.
I'll tell you what, he puts some excitement into it whenever he touches the football.
That goes by Flint Smathers.
Boy, he would scare you to death in the open field, doesn't he? On that one touchdown run. He had, I think he had 5 or 6 players that he may miss. 4:28 remaining. Athens needs to score. White back to pass under heavy rush. He's going to be hit and sacked by Matt Ketter-Henrik. Back to the 30-yard line, or 31, and White.
Tell you what, Nathan White did a good job of just holding on to that football because he did not see that hit coming from behind, and excellent job of keeping that football for Athens.
If Matt would have waited just a half a second, he'd have got his hand up in the air. He might have got it.
I believe the tackle goes by Matt Ketter-Henrik. Officials timeout for equipment.
Time is back in here. Our Basil Rubber Field. 3:55 remaining in the contest. 3rd down and 17. Biggest play of the contest for the Bulldogs. White back to pass under heavy rush over the middle, and it is caught. Short of the first down is Hines, but there's a flag on the field.
That's another interference on Nelsonville, York. Hines is short of the first down,
But
I believe the penalty would bring up 3rd down and 3 instead of bringing up a 4th and 1 if they take the yardage on the catch. Hines was hit just a little bit early by the Buckeyes before he caught the ball.
isn't that an automatic first down? Must not be.
Penalty will be marked off against the Buckeyes. It'll still be 3rd down. Take that back. It's a first down, Bulldogs.
So 2 big penalties against the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 Athens at the 46-yard line.
3.5 minutes remaining.
McBride at center. 5 receivers in the pattern for the Bulldogs. White back to pass under a heavy rush by Warren, and he'll be hit and dropped. He'll pick up 6.
Takes it across the 50-yard line.
We have a Buckeye down on the play. We'll see who it is slow getting up. Burwanger on a tackle. Justin was a little slow getting up, made the stop. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Boy, Warren was hot on his heels, wasn't he?
Clock running, 2:35 remaining. Buckeyes lead by 1.
Well, what a game. We couldn't ask for anything more exciting. Pass over the middle, caught by Eslocker. He's tackled by Roby. It's down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 19. They marked it to 31 to make a gain of 18, first down.
First down. Balls at the 31-yard line. Burkle's on the field.
Timeout on the field. Nelsonville, York. 2:17 remaining. Buckeyes lead by 1. Athens driving. Time is in. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. 31-yard line. They trail by 1. They're driving. White with the lone back. He's back to pass. He has a man open, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 5, Powell. In and out of his hands. He was guarded by Trey Wilson.
Powell falls incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Tell you what, people's got their money's worth tonight.
They don't get much better than this. You may not like the mistakes and the turnovers, but it's all part of high school ball. We have an official timeout on the field. They're trying to get somebody's chin strap snapped. I can't tell. It's someone in the middle, so you tell me who it is now. 30. Davey Burnett is playing the down lineman right now. Double Whitehouse. We got Hines and Nestlocker over here this side. Arnold and Roby guarding them. Those are two good matchups. White back to pass. Under a heavy rush. Has a man open. Roby. And it's incomplete. Intended for Hines. No flag on the play. And he had it in his hands.
Good play by Roby to knock it out of Hines' hands. Hines was ready to pull it in. Roby knocks it away.
I didn't think Ben could get back in time. I'll tell you the truth, I thought that was 6. This game is brought to you by Nelsonville TV Cable Company.
We are locally owned, and we are here because we care.
This is high school football at its finest.
Eric Kane bringing you all the live shots on camera.
I tell you, as good as he is, NBC is probably going to want him next year. 3rd and 10, big play for the Bulldogs. White takes a snap, back to pass, under heavy rush. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 45-yard line, Davey Burnett and Trey Wilson.
That may be the play of the game, but of course Athens still has one more play left as they burn a timeout. They got 4th down and looks like about 26.
And White's limping. Timeout on the field. A minute 50 remaining in the contest. 21-20, Nelsonville, York. 4th and 23 for the Bulldogs. White at quarterback. 4 receivers in the pattern. Martin the only man in the backfield. This could be the ball game. It all hinges on one big play. Heavy rush by the Buckeyes. He eludes one player. He eludes 2. He has a man open, and it's overthrown. Intended for number 15, Les Champlin. He had his man beat, and White just overthrew him. I see no flags.
Pass falls incomplete.
I tell you what, S. Locker had a couple steps on the Buckeye defender.
On this side, that was Champlin on the other.
Pardon me, yeah, Champlin had a couple steps over on the far side and just barely overthrown by White. In all fairness to White, he was being chased heavily by the Buckeyes.
I tell you, a lot of the Athens fans are getting up and leaving. I wouldn't leave this game yet.
Athens with only one timeout remaining. They can stop at once.
Well, this game, you've seen a lot of everything, haven't you?
Yeah, I was saying earlier today, I really felt this game could go either way. And right now, it's pointing to the Buckeyes by one single point.
Roby keeps it straight up the gut. Ben will pick up 2.
Roby on the carry.
See if Athens will burn their last timeout.
Tackle by number 4, Josh McCombs.
McCombs on the stop for Athens. 2nd down and 8. Clock's running. 1:25 remaining in the contest.
I'll tell you what, again, there's still over a minute left in this game, and it don't look good for Athens, but